Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. And this is your Young and the Restless recap for September 6th. And look like Adam breaks the news to dear old dad, and he is not happy about Adam's new venture. Then we also have Amani gassing up Nate once again. And then last but not least, it looks like Chelsea is trying to find her way by both having a conversation with Billy and letting Adam know that she wants to take away their son to Minnesota. So before we unpack all of this, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and please don't forget to like and share. So we are over at the ranch, and Adam stops by to let Victor know that he has accepted the co-CEO position at Jabot. Now, Victor is thinking that this is a huge mistake since Adam will always be treated like an Abbott outsider. However, and this is where I love the response, Adam says, you know what? I don't even see it's any different than the treatment that I faced here within my own Newman family. And he went on defending Jack Abbott's motives for offering him the job. Adam suggests that he's just cut from a different cloth than his other siblings. Now, of course, Victor isn't happy about this. He ended up lashing out at Adam, who insists that, Adam is like, it's a done deal. And he continues to argue that his mind cannot be changed at this point. Adam admits that he is now understanding why his mom raised him as a Wilson. Now, once Adam points that out, and now it's his chance to walk away, Victor gets riled up even more. And Adam gripes about Victor's unwillingness to be happy about his new venture. So Victor, he surrenders, but he's also in disgust. He tells him, then go follow your new venture, all right? And then Victor, shouts this out before pretty much at this point, Adam stumps off. I mean, at this point, what does Victor expect? I mean, you listen to your daughter. She lied on your son about what happened with Billy. You snatched his other position or company away from him, giving it off to Victoria. You teased him by throwing him in the position just to get Victoria to come back. I mean, what do you expect this guy to do? I mean, just continue to play back and forth with you and his siblings? Victoria could care less about Adam. Now, it seems like there may be a little bit of change of heart with Nicholas. Abby is in her own separate world, and Nikki will never accept him 100%. So why would he stay over here? At least Jack gives him some form of credence and some form of value than his own father does. His father only sees Adam as much as he can use him, and he's just mad that he can't control him anymore. So now we're over at Chancellor Park. We got Billy bumping into Chelsea and admits that he didn't like how they left things. Now, Chelsea wants, to discuss the whole Johnny Abbott situation and whether Billy has spoken with Victoria about telling him about the bio-mom truth. Now, Billy admits that, I haven't had a chance yet, but he thinks Johnny and Connor can at least spend some time together as quote-unquote cousins for now. And then the conversation turns to the whole podcast and Billy's belief that Chelsea can do it all on her own. But she acts like, it's just best to move on at this point. Now, once Chelsea talks about feeling the drift, she won't know how things got off track in her life. Billy, however, decides to blame none other than Adam before ignoring the phone call that he gets from Lily. Now, once Billy talks about being one of those guys that never felt settled, Chelsea said pretty much she can relate to that as well. Even so, Billy does feel confident that Chelsea is going to eventually find a place that she actually belongs. And so hopefully she gets to figure that out soon before messing with somebody else's man. Now we're over at Chancellor Winters. Elena comes by and she discussed her new podcast with Lily, who wants to know Elena's thoughts on Nate and that situation with Devon. Now, Elena confessed that she actually encouraged Nate to quit since he was so miserable. Now, Lily realizes that she's fighting even more of an uphill battle than she thought, but she's determined to push for peace between Nate and Devon. So later on, we see Billy shows up. Lily brings Billy up to speed, and he'll mention his encounter with Chelsea, which of course leaves Lily a little bit uncomfortable. But she acts like it's fine and hope that there was no miscommunication this time. And Billy insists that there's nothing to worry about and admits to be embarrassed that Chelsea previously mistook their camaraderie for something else. Now, once Billy mentions Chelsea feeling lost, he confesses to feeling guilty about leaving her high and dry in that whole podcast. Now, Lily kind of worries briefly that Billy has reconsidered leaving Chelsea as a co-host. He claimed he was right where he's supposed to be, but you can tell by the look in his eye, I don't think he's so sure about that. So now we're back at the park. Adam runs into Chelsea and wonders if she has any plans lined up. Chelsea decides to declare that she wants to go visit her mom in Minnesota, but she also wants to take Connor in tow. And with her saying that, of course, Adam is caught off guard. I'm wondering what his response is going to be to that. So now over at Society, we see Nate admitting to Imani that he's tired of biting his tongue with Devon. Now, once Imani learns Elena advised Nate to quit, she points out how that wouldn't satisfy Nate and urge him to make a major move that Devon cannot ignore. And I'm honestly thinking like, girl, you making this worse, and it's going to get worse if Nate takes this advice. So we're over at Crimson Lights, and Sharon and Nick discuss Faith going off to college. Now, Nick also opens up about Adam's therapy advice and gets Sharon's, advice to accept it. And the thing is that he also got a little bit of clarity and understands his brother a lot more. And it's a shame that not saving his life in Kansas and saving his daughter's life with a kidney wasn't enough to actually understand Adam and how he can be with his family. But it took this to do that. Go figure. Now, over at Society, Mariah and Tessa are trying to decide about this adoption situation. What they do come up with is that they decide that Christine would be the perfect person to represent them on this whole adoption journey, since she's had practice with Sharon in the past and even in the situation when it came to Dominic. So we'll see how that all pans out. Now, finally, we're back over at Crimson Light. Tessa shows up over there. They give Faith a little farewell gift, though they insist that this is just a see you later and not a real goodbye. And then afterward, Nick and Sharon head out with Faith as, of course, she prepares to start her first semester as a freshman at the University of Michigan. And we got to stay tuned because the spoilers are actually saying that Sharon is going to have to deal with being an empty nester. But even though that's the case, she'll have plenty of loved ones to lean on. So there you have it, your recap for The Young and the Restless for Tuesday, September 6, 2022. Stay tuned for the Bold and the Beautiful recap that's also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.